$15 from Cronkleberry says Risk of Rain is my favorite game and makes the graveyard shift
ということで
more bearable.
俺の声が聞こえた。お疲れ様でした。解説も追いつかない
$10
くら
from
いすごい
Zazar says
爆速
I
の
put
ゲーム
hundreds
でし
of
た。
hours into Risk of Rain and never even considered that it could be speedran.
解説
Gotta
お
donate
疲れ
for
様
the
でした。
surprise of seeing the schedule. Keep up the good work.
いいですね。なんか、ウィキがね、充実してるってすごいいいですよね。なんか日本語対応しなくても。僕がやるゲームは大抵ウィキ対応してないんで、すごい全然四苦八苦しながらやってて、あーってなることあるんですけど、
$50 from Nicosaur
なかなか
says when Risk of Rain came out, I
初
was
心
sick
者
in
さん
bed
にも
watching
初
my
心者
partner
さんに
play
も
it.
すごい
Now that it's on AGDQ,
入りや
I'm
すそうでしたね。
sick in bed watching it be speedrun. Guess it's a tradition now. Love this game and keep on rocking,
えっ
runners.
と、
Alright, before Die, we've got an interview here, so
次は
check this out.
第
Hello, I am joined here by Bullets and Sigma, the two runners for the Lovely Planet race that's going to be coming up in 2 runs from now. And we're just going to get into it, ask you guys a couple questions here. Now, the first thing is how this we've actually seen Lovely Planet once, and it was all levels, right? And we saw that at what was that against Sigma? SGDQ
2015, I think.
2015. Now, this time we're seeing any percent we're seeing as a race. You guys are more excited for a race, or you really think that'll show kind of the fast-paced action of the game and any percent as well? How is that category?
世界に第1位。
Actually, the all levels run was
すごい
kind
ですね。
of the inspiration for me to get into running Lovely Planet.
すごい
So finally actually be able to run it, especially with the person that did the race for it. So for me, it's kind of got that sort of importance to it.
That's pretty cool.
And just any percent's very 10 minutes of
あ、
no stop.
ゼルダも
Just go, 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 go. No.
懐かしいですね。
Nothing like that.
僕も昔買ってましたね。どうでもいいな。
Yeah, and Sigma, anything about the race in particular that you're excited about?
Well, I'm just really happy to be racing Lovely Planet at a GDQ. When I ran it back in 2015, I thought, this is just, it's pretty much just me running this game at the time. And there's been a lot of people who joined
今
Stance
で
and
も
Bullets has really played a
売ってる
lot
ん
of
で
it
すか
and
ね。
ground the time down, come up with new strats. So it's just awesome to be doing a race with this.
All right, well, now I know, Sigma, you specifically have 2 other runs as well in the marathon where you're going to be doing Super Lovely Planet right after, and you're going to have Ori and the Blind Forest later. So do you think you're going to, really
いいで
suck
す
it
ね
up。on the
今
big stage when it comes to this race?
トワイライト
You
プリン
gotta
セ
work for
ス
those other two as well.
でしたっけ
Oh man, I got
ちょっと
that.
僕もうろ覚えなんですけど、
All right, good. Good.
ゼルダは
Good to hear. Well, I
何
wanna
年
jump
経っても
right
色あ
into
せない
some of the
素
social
晴らしい
media
ゲ
questions
ームです
because
ね。
we've got some actually really
新
good
作も
ones.
続々発売され
And
て
first
る
one
っていうの
comes
も
from
あるけど、
Village
や
Vet,
っぱ
which
り
you've told me is actually the developers
こう
of
根強い
Lovely
人気
Planet.
が
And
きっ
they
と
ask if there's one thing
みん
you
な
could
から
change about Lovely Planet.
なんか違うな。なんだろう。
More levels. Yeah, more levels. Another Lovely Planet 2 would be good.
人気がすごいですね。
Plays or a level editor would be awesome, but the game is just amazing as is, so more of it would be better.
次の題は
All right, well, let's ask
解
the next
説者
one
さ
from
んは
Eels
いらっしゃらないです
Is
ね。
that how that's pronounced? Has
僕も
who asked,
初めて
what
見る
drew
ゲ
you
ーム
guys to
で、
this game? Well, we got a little bit of that from you
そう
already,
ちょっ
right?
と
Bullets and
ドキドキして
but
ま
had
す
you。played the game casually first? I guess I'll piggyback that on top of that.
Yeah,
question.
I played it casually before, but so as you guys might remember, SGDQ I did Super Hot, so I kind of wanted something in a similar vein to that, where it's a first-person shooter, but with Lovely Planet, it's also got that sort of mechanic with
あれ
movement as well, where you're platforming on things and shooting things. At the
ダッ
same
シュ
time.
ボード間
So
違え
kind of balance with
て
that
ない
as well,
大
and
丈夫
it adds a different element to it, so it's pretty interesting. So that's kind of what drew me to it.
Cool. And Sigma, what drew you to the game, really?
I think I just picked it up on a Steam sale without any intentions to speedrun it or anything. And it was just, yeah, this game's great.
Nice. Just one of those that you found in your
そうで
backlog.
すね
Yeah, you know,
僕は最新作やってないんですけど、
Right.
ブレス・オブ・ザ・ワイルドで
well,
は
now
すごい
one of the really cool
なんだっけ
things
女性になったり
I
と
think about
か
this race and why it's going to be really exciting is that even
し
for
てる
people
ら
who
しくて、
don't know,
なんか新しい道をどんどん
even less
進んでい
than
ってる感じがしてとても素晴らしいですね。
And there's a bit of a story to it, I've been told. So why don't you guys go ahead and just give me the kind of rundown of
何にでもあり
some
そう
of your PBs recently?
Yeah, so quite a while ago, I had ground Lovely Planet down to sub 10 for any percent. I had a 955, and then I wasn't running the game for quite a while.
And then Bullets picked it up and really started the grind as well. And he also got a 955,
勝者5人。
about a third of a second faster than mine. So he had
Ah.
the world record then. And then around that point, he asked me, hey, you want to submit this for AGDQ? Let's do a race. And I was like, yeah, sure, that sounds great. So we both start, practicing the game again, grinding the game again. We both PB again by pretty much the same amount. So I wound up with a very high 946, and Bullets wound up with a very low 947. So I think our PBs are actually even closer and still within a second now.
Wow. That's pretty unbelievable. Okay, but now in the race scenario, let me hear your predictions of just kind of time and how close do you think it's going to be. I'm not going to make you pick who's going to win because we all know it's going to be Bullets. But I want to know how close do you think it's going to be, and how close, to like optimal, how close to your PBs or whatever you think it's going to be.
I think we're gonna go into like the second half of the game pretty even, and then it just kind of depends on what happens there. But I think we're gonna end within at least 15 seconds of each other, probably less. Something
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
I definitely think within 20 seconds by the end, and I think we're both going to get a sub 11 on this.
Ooh, wow. That's going to be pretty cool. I'm really excited for that. I'm actually commentating that run, so it should be a blast.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And all of us are incredibly tired, I'll tell you, at home. And I think within 60 seconds, we went into 2 uncontrollable laughing fits with Vooligan as well. And so be sure to tune in for the Lovely Planet race, even if you've never heard of it before. I want to ask one more Twitter question before
次の
we
次の
move on.
ラブリー
and
プラ
that
ネ
is,
ットっていう作
from
品は
at
Steam で
Norsu
無料
Combo
体験
asks,
で
if
きるら
Earth
しいですね。
doesn't count, what is the loveliest planet of
レー
them
スゲー
all?
ムらしいので、
Mm.
らしいっていうか、
I feel like
Oh.
so.
RTA のカテゴリーが
It's a bad
80% レー
ride.
スなので、
You know, it kind of was, but now it's not. I feel bad for it, basically. So.
興味がある
All
方
right,
は
I'll
ぜ
go
ひ
with
と
the
も
opposite end of the spectrum. Let's just say Jupiter.
Jupiter.
Yeah.
Go the small
プ
one
レイ
or
し
the
てみ
big
る
one.
と
I mean, there's
ハマ
lots
るか
of
も
it,
しれ
so
ません
some
ね。
of it's probably lovely, right?
That's true.
It's not bad, not bad. All right, cool. Well, thank you guys both for being here, and I will see you very shortly for the race as well. That'll be exciting. And I want to take a moment and talk to you all about some prizes. And so, of course, I don't even think he's really even left since I was here a moment ago. Yeah, what's up?
Doing all right. How are you guys?
I'm pretty good, pretty good.
なんだ
Seth,
か
ladies and gentlemen, here to talk about some prizes.
レースらしいです。僕は初めて聞いたので、全然分かってないんですけども、
So, through Die, open right now, we have this
そう
lovely
もしかしたら並走っていう可能性も
given to us by
ありますね。
Pabs, if you wouldn't mind giving me a hand holding these up. We have
奏者さんも
of
2
evil
人
wizards who have stolen the color from the world. Sorry, I'm
多分
little bit of a
お二方
spoiler
出るらしいので、
Die here. So, all 4 of these guys, in addition to the 4 warp crystals that take you from the hub world into each individualized world.
あ、
And,
そうな
of
んです
course,
ね。
the protagonist
レースではない。
on his quest to restore the color to his world.
競い合うみ
So
たいな
that's going to be
感じなんでし
$20
ょうかね。
minimum donation between now and the end
で
of
もそう
Die.
なんだ
It's
か
about an hour away. You
ジ
know,
ャンルは
donate as much as
FPS
you can. Also wanna
全
remind
然
everyone that
違いましたね。
going throughout the entire
申し訳ないで
marathon,
す。
we have this lovely sketchbook,
FPS ゲーマ
all of her, you know,
育成
original
ゲー
art
ム。
depictions of
な
all
るほど。
the crazy stuff that's going on in this marathon. You can see the pop and block there. There's some Contra.
I'm on the first page. You know it's pretty good.
Oh yeah, yeah. There we go. We got J Hobbs and a raccoon.
Yes.
Things that go together like
Yes.
あれですね、YouTube で
Um,
とて
and in addition
も
to that, we have,
人気が出
you
た
know, great,
クラッシュバンディクー
GQ
の
banner
ワ
that's
オってや
running
つです
all
ね。
through today. And of course our grand prize, the 8th generation console bundle with an Xbox One, a PS4, and a Nintendo Switch.
今どうなんでしょうね。
So hey, you know, guys,
数ヶ月前は爆発的な人気で、ニコニコ動画にもいくつかそういう作品が見られたんですけど、
incentives you can put your money towards and all kinds of the cool stuff that's coming up during the event.
Well, I'm pretty excited about it, and I know you are.
時
as
間内
well.
に急いでその
We're
レベ
all
ル
just
を
a
クリア
little
す
low
るゲー
energy
ム。
from being tired this morning. Don't
な
worry
るほ
about
ど。
us. But yeah, that's all we got
レー
for
ス
you
じゃ
now,
ない
and I
です
want
ね。
to throw it over to the
申
host,
し訳ない
and
で
we
す。
got TGH coming up with Die pretty soon. Take it away.
Very good, very good. Lovely Planet will be
そう
on
ですね。
after an interview with Dai
わ
and
もう
Dai
名前
here,
に
so
ラ
definitely
ブ
stick
リ
around for that
ーがついて
awesome
るからもう
race.
かわいいもん。かわいいゲーム
And
で。
right now we're
し
gonna
かも
jump
プラネットで
right
すか
into
らね。
Die with
あ、
TGH. Here we go.
第始まります。
Alright, we good?
グッドラック。
Alright, cool. So I'll count down from 5. Alright. 5,
ラブリーな惑
4,
星。そうですね。
2, one.
きっ
Let's go.
とすごい可愛い
Alright.
可愛らしい
So
キャラ
this
ク
is
ターがね
Die.
どんどん出てきて
Side-scrolling 2D platformer. Think Kirby meets Super Meat Boy.
ですからね。
That's the best way I can describe it. So
とても
we
素晴
enter
らしい
this
ゲー
whole
ムなんじゃ
world.
ないでしょうか。
We can collect pigments. So basically, the main character is called Hugh. Fittingly enough, to fit in with the theme of color. You're collecting 5 pigments per level. Basically, the 4 necrolytes, or basically mages or wizards, stole the color from this world. And it's your job to get it back, or basically collect all these pigments from all the levels.
ステージを
60
クリア
pigments
してい
per
くタイプ
world
のあれ
is
違
minimum.
う。
And the more pigments you collect, the more levels you unlock.
でもなんだかとて
And
も
it's
可愛
basically
ら
just
し
a
いですね。
collectathon. It's pretty self-explanatory, honestly. And
アクションゲーム
basically,
で
that's
も
kind
し
of
か
it.
したら
I'm
す
just
ごい
kind
ショ
of
ートカ
enjoy
ッ
the
トとか
gameplay.
見れるか
I'll
もしれ
introduce
ない
my
です。
couch. Actually, they can introduce themselves.
Sure. My name is Lordimus.
かわいいじゃねえか。
I,
アイテムを入手して
with my buddy here.
あ、なんか
My name is Danny. I go by Manern. But yeah, so we're
そうで
from
すね。
Backcountry
スーパー
Games.
ミー
This
ト
is
ボ
actually
ー
a game that
イ
we
みたい
made.
な。
Anyway, so yeah, we're happy to be sitting on the
力あ
couch
ります
with
ね。なんか
TGH. This is awesome.
言われてみれ
I
ば
did most of the
壁に張り付いた
the
り
level design and the
張り
coding.
付くっていう
Danny did
か
most of
すご
the,
い
well, pretty much all the
壁キッ
art,
クみたいな
music,
ことやってますもん。
UI work. One of the things you'll notice
普
is
通に
as TGH goes through these levels is
トゲと
that
か敵も多いし、
each level contains
死に
five,
覚えゲーみたいな、
pigments.
そんな感じなんで
So
しょうか
we
ね
talked。about Hugh restoring color to the world. So each
あ
time he grabs
そうな
a
んだ
pigment, you'll see
ダイっ
the
て
screen kind of pan over and
染料なんですね。
restored to the,
全然知らなかっ
the
た
level。
あ、だか
Then
ら
when you get
色
back
を
to the hub of the world, so
色
the
入
purple
手し
world
て
right now, the first
変え
world,
てみたいな。
you'll see the pigments are actually
で、
floating
その
about
取った色がま
the
た
main
道
area
しるべと
and
なっ
color will
て
slowly restore to that,
先を導いてくれる的な
So that's kind of the
そんな
main,
感じなん
the
です
main
か。
theme and the point of what this little dude's doing.
Right, and as far as mechanics go, it's pretty straightforward.
いいですね。
It's got your
ロマンチック。
standard jump, your
あ、すごい。
wall jump, wall stick, and then
色がついてる。
but we also have a float mechanic, which you'll see we use, especially
な
like
るほど。
just
ダイ
briefly
と
throughout
ダイ
the-
よね。
Yeah, not there.
言葉遊び。いいです
But
ね。
so the float will just
英
help
語はなんか
control
そういう
your fall and help
たまに
you,
単語
just
単語
control
組み合わ
your-
せて
your
遊び心
movement.
があって、
So there's an example of the
日
float.
本語ももちろんあるんですけど、
So we did
英語は
just
なか
see
な
the
か
first
そういうの
example of, and
よく表現できそうです。
here's another one. So the scroll levels in this game, to allow you to kind of push the limits and not get
壁
caught up by
壁抜けないのか。
the auto
逆に
scroll
壁抜けたらすごい
You can
死
actually
亡率が跳ね上がりそうですよね。
right past the checkpoint, and you will respawn on the checkpoint with the camera
張
immediately.
り付いたと思ったらスッ
So
て抜
that's
け
one
て
of。the IL strats and the strats that you use here as well.
Whoops. I will be saying, so that's one death. I'll be donating $1
ノーハードモード。
for
一応
every unintentional death.
ハードモ
Again,
ード
there are
も
quite
あ
a
るらしい
few
ですね。
intentional deaths meant to
カテゴリージャンルが
Yeah,
カテ
so
ゴリージャンルじゃなくて、
Mike and I will be donating
レギュレーション
$5
か
for every。
レギュレーションが
unintentional
ノーハード
death.
モードなんで、
And then, you know, no
多
pressure.
分普通
And then
の
some of our
ノー
friends
マルモー
back
ドなん
on
ですよ。
the couch behind us
これより
will
も
also be donating per
難易度
unintentional
が
death.
高い。
Yep, speaking of,
Hold on.
$50
So
donation
this
from
last-
Duke Firebird. I cannot wait for the die one. Myself and the developers, Lurmus and Minere, will be donating per unintentional death during die. We love you, TGH.
Love you too, Duke. Thanks, man. Whoops.
Yeah, Duke made some absolutely incredible perlers
先ほどの
that
2
they
作
showed
品に
us
触れ
before
て
the show.
す
And
ごい感覚が
anyways, and he was nice enough to make
おかしくなって
make
きちゃ
some
う。
for Mike and myself. as
壁を
well.
抜けて当たり
So,
前みたいな。
Those are grown up immediately when we get home.
yeah, so thank you. Those are fantastic.
And this is a huge privilege too to be here supporting this awesome cause, and it's
でも
really
な
been
かな
great
か
to watch teams
難易度
do
結
so
構
much
高
work
そう
and
ですよね。
skill
スクロー
in
ル
this
もある
run.
し、
It's
なんか
really-
トゲの配置も
really
割
progressed
と
over the last couple
いやらしい
months.
ですね。
Really fun to watch.
Well, and it's
普
just
通にクリアするの
strange
結
to
構
watch something
死
that
にそうだな。
you know. I mean, we made the game, but we never reached this level of proficiency with the game.
Oh,
So
yeah.
to see somebody just completely blow through it is incredible.
Also, a little bit about the
おう
the speedrun mode we're doing. It's any percent no hard mode. So in this game, basically to 100%, there's a normal and a hard mode for each level. The normal mode is what you're seeing here. basically grab
強
all
制
five
スクロール
pigments
より
and
早く行き過ぎていい。
for hard mode, we remove all the checkpoints,
逆に待つ。
and there's extra
ちゃんとこう
obstacles.
しっかり全部覚えてるんでしょうね。どこにトゲがあって、どこにアイテムがあってみたいな。
death spikes, etc., just stuff like that. The reason we do the no hard mode is basically just to tone down the run a bit, brings it down to a normal, to
そう
a
ですね。
quicker time. It also just removes a lot of the repetition because
こことかすごい厳しそうだな。
again, it wouldn't be as much fun as
Yeah,
this.
just a harder version of the same level. And then within the game, there are 3 different types of levels. There's the normal level, which you see here. There's also the auto
ドット
scrollers.
風の 2D ア
And
クショ
then
ンは
later in each world, there's a
数えたことないんですけど、
challenge
割となかなか多そうなイメージはありますね。
The challenge levels are a little bit different. We'll talk about them whenever we get to that point.
Yeah, the game's very straightforward, just like Couch said. But there are a lot of faster ways to do things. For instance, like you'll see some shortcuts in some levels that are very difficult to take. I'll be taking some of those since it's a real-time run. A lot of IL runners use those strats since that's the most optimal, and you can obviously reset over and over doing an IL and not have to worry about resetting an entire run.
そうです
Shout
ね
outs by the way to Mystical,
や
who
っぱ
owns
有名
I
ど
think
こ
pretty
ろは
much
結構
80%
有名どころでも
of the IL records in this game, and also helps a lot with the routing of the ILs as well.
いくつもいくつもあるから
Also, shout outs to
あれは
Extra
ちょっと
Tricky,
あんまり
who
知られてない
routed a lot of these
ちょっと
levels
マイ
as
ナ
well,
ーなところ
including
も
this
含めれ
one.
ばかなりの数ありそうですよね。
In these challenge levels too, also there are
Luigi's
100
Peachy.
dust particles in these levels. Each 20 count as 1 pigment. So basically, there's still 5 pigments in the level, but I'm collecting all the dust particles as well. I'll basically typically be collecting all of them in the challenge levels that we do, with the exception of a few in the green world.
So, and with these levels, there's no checkpoint. So when you die, you have to start the level over.
Yeah, that's the most difficult part about those challenge levels as well.
So if you notice at the top, we're in the purple World Hub right now. It's a lot
Oh,
more
boss
colorful
model.
than it was before, of course. But we've got 50 out of that 140. Just went away. You need 50 to unlock the boss.
酒ゲーなんですかね。
And we are there
それ
now.
は
So here we have the vultures.
Yep, this boss is pretty interesting. You just need to basically we have strats to stand in certain places to guide these fireballs to hit the vultures. The aim is to have the fireballs hit the vultures. In order to do that, you just crash.
Oh no.
You need
Is
to patch
there a
that.
dev in the house?
Oh no.
This has never happened
Yeah.
before.
Wow.
So I'm close to the program. All right, we'll get this right back up soon.
止まっちゃいました
Hopefully
ね
it。doesn't happen again. The data should save, so it's not like I have to start the run over again. Hang on one second. Whoops, that's not the right.
すごい面白そうなところだったんですけども。
Meantime, we've got a $100 donation from Space Cowboy. Hey, TGH, try not to die too much. No more than 15 times.
It's too
all
late,
right?
man. It's too late.
引きできたのかな
Sorry, I don't know why that happened.
引きできたみたいですね。
We've also got a $20 donation from Efren Deer. It says, hello AGDQ, hello TGH. Hope you'll have a wonderful die run. Hopefully.
Yeah, it should have auto-saved.
Which I'm dying to watch.
Should've.
TGH, no return of the slurry speech, please.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
ここはどうなんでしょう。多分運営さんが
Oh, there we
用
go.
意したものと
This time.
We're right back there.
思われます。
Okay, as I was saying, so you're standing at certain points to guide the fireballs back to hit the vultures. The first one's easy. You just got to stand right in the middle on top, or you can stand in the middle there. In the meantime, avoiding all the fireballs that are eventually going to hit the vultures.
So in a casual playthrough, this boss can be pretty
そうです
hectic
ね。
because you end up having
あの
multiple vultures on the screen at
死んじゃ
once
いましたね。
with seemingly random fireballs.
台と
Once you
台
get
を
the
かけま
strat
す
down
ね。
and know where to, you can manipulate
示
where the
してくれま
vultures
した
and the
ね。
wizard are shooting the fireballs and pretty much make it very clean.
Yep.
Shout out to Taizan.
でも無事に再開できてる
The
で、
vulture
次
king.
何やりですね。
So there's a specific strat I can try here to get a quick kill. See if I can get it. It's very precise, especially the last fireball. Stand here. I'm gonna stand there. I feel like I got it.
そうですね。
Just gotta wait.
突然のパソコンの爆発には
Nope, I didn't get it. Okay, so that's like
注意
a
を
couple
払って
seconds lost.
いきたいです。
It's very precise, especially the last fireball.
We get to hear
Yeah,
more of the
so that's
soundtrack
vultures.
though.
There we go. 8 minutes, first world.
And that's purple. It's purple. That's the first world. So now we're gonna move on to blue.
Now, as far as the game goes, the difficulty ramps up dramatically starting around blue. TGH makes it look easy, but the difficulty definitely starts to spike around now.
Should we count that as an intentional death, by the way? Or an
結
unintentional
構ボリュームがあ
I
る
don't think you
感
actually
じなん
died,
ですね。
so
death? I didn't die.
yeah.
The game died. I didn't. It's not my fault.
まあ第一ステージからもうすでに
I
So
blame,
purple
I
we-
blame Mike.
Yeah,
難易度
it's
が
on me. Purple
高いよう
we
な
saw
気も
a
す
few,
るんですけど、
mechanics in blue. Some of the themes are these levels are much larger, so in a casual playthrough they can be more difficult, especially the hard modes. But here we'll, even in level 1, we start to see
なる
ice
ほど。
melting. So
日
light
に
yourself on
当た
fire
った
with a
ら
torch, and you
氷
can
溶かせ
keep
る
that
と。
fire going by hitting some more torches, and that's how you melt the ice to get the pigments.
And one of the things with the fire, as you
だん
when
だん
you
と
ignite
こういう
yourself,
ギミックが増え
if
ていく
you
のは
use the
とても
float
面
while
白いです
ignited,
ね。
it'll actually put it out. So it forces you to kind of change things up a little bit.
We're getting to some parts where we're gonna have some tricky jumps start to happen.
Yep. These jumps, you learn pretty quickly playing casually that it's not as simple as just holding up against the wall and jumping around those spikes. Specifically, those jumps on the walls around the spikes. Here's where the game starts to tell you, you know, you really need to like start to change your trajectory in midair, if you can. Where am I going? Wow. I thought I was on a different level.
I can confirm for my own casual play that those jumps are indeed much harder than they look.
そうですね。
By the way, the soundtrack for this game is absolutely awesome, and every song was composed by Minern on the couch. So, shout outs to him.
Thank you.
敵の弾にはなっても知らないのかな。
We got a lot of positive feedback about the soundtrack.
Okay.
Oh no.
That's no big deal.
I think the general consensus was that the vulture theme was the favorite in chat.
Yes.
なかなか
Yeah, that's
簡単
my
に
favorite
クリアは
from
さ
the
せないぞと
soundtrack
い
for
う
sure was the vulture
そう
theme.
いう意志を感じますね。
My favorite is the final boss track, but we never get to the end drop of the TGP.
えっ
We never hear
と
the second half of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
スケジュールの方は下に
here's another pretty tricky jump.
書いてある通りですね。
Yeah, so those jumps are very difficult casually. You need to sort of learn how to maneuver those in order to get past that part.
URL から飛べば全部の日程が見れるんで、気になった方はぜひ見ていただけると助かります。
Notice that a lot of the titles of these levels are actually named after some pop culture references. Some of them are pretty obvious.
We got pop culture references. We've got some movie and book references, and we've got some. We even got
みた
a
いですね。
name
燃え
after
る
Velhart.
赤いと
who's
燃えてるか
who's
ら
in the,
氷を溶かせるっていうのはなんか僕にも分かるんですけど、
crowd right
それ以外がちょ
He's
っ
on
と
premise. He was the
まだ
first
よ
guy
く
to
分かってないですね。
100% upon release. So. And then we've got the whole world, of course, which is
奏者さんは
TGH.
あれ応募してから確か抽選が入る
Yeah,
形
it
だ
was
ったよう
fun
な
watching Velhart
記憶がありますね。
100% that for the first
もしかしたら
time.
違ってるかもしれないんで、
That was interesting for sure.
絶対そうだぞとは
The game has
断言できないんですけ
changed
ど
quite a
も、
lot since then.
解説者ちょっと残念ながらいらっしゃらないので、
And for the speedrunning community specifically, you'll notice
配信して
there's
る
quite a
自
few,
分が適当にこ
functionality built in.
う
We do
口
have
出ししている形ですね。
IGTs, so we've got in-game timers. We've got IL timers, full game. We track the different categories. 100%, 80% no hard
や
mode.
っぱり
which is
世
a
界
lot
記
here.
録
You won't see this here, but we do
狙
have
うん
a
だったら、あ
ghost
れですもん、
system.
ミスも
And
できませんもん
if
ね。
you're not familiar with that,
これを
I'm not sure.
48分間っていう
It's basically once
なかなかハード
you
な
beat a level with all 5 pigments. So
集
once
中
you
力求められるので、
then if you play that one from now on, then you'll have a little ghost there, which basically has recorded and tracked your path, so you can practice against
なかな
yourself,
か厳しそうですね。
which is kind of neat.
There's a faster cycle I can
な
make
ん
in this
か
level.
よし
or not
RT
faster,
やる
it's
ぞ
just
って
the best
そ
cycle.
う思う人
It
結
requires
構
pretty tight movement around
少な
this
さ
part
そう
right here with
少
these
なそう
moving
な
spikes.
イメージがありますね。
So let's see if I can get it. If all is done correctly, I won't have to wait for these spikes at the end of this hallway, and I got it. Nice.
Nice.
And part 2 is this. All right, nice, cool.
やっぱり世界
This
は
part looks really cool if done correctly.
Flame.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's
Yeah, so
one of my
ここは
favorite
ノーミス
sections.
で
Keeping in
生き
mind
て
you
当たり前
can't
とか
float during that section either,
そ
else
ん
you
な感
snap
じなん
out
で
the
しょうか
flame.
ね。
So you can go underneath that, but you won't get the pigment as a result.
すごいですね。なんか
Yeah, so there are quite a
見
few
入って
places
しまい
in
ま
the
すね。
levels that there
なん
are
か
easier
意外
routes
と
to take,
こ
but they do take
うなん
longer.
か言葉が
Of course,
Did
we're
they-
missing a lot of the insane
そうなんですね。
mid IL strats.
Oh yeah, I can't do it, Mitch does.
Do not try at home. On the keyboard, no less.
I have one IL record for this game, and Midge is going to take it probably today.
I think he's working
During
on it
this
right
run.
now. Yeah, I think he said something like that on Discord.
My claim to fame for ILs.
And quick clarification for anyone unfamiliar with
ここ
what they're
今の
talking
とか
about
絶
there.
対
IL
に
refers to individual level,
Okay.
so the
Yeah,
best
sorry
time
for
on a
not
クリア
certain
させる
level.
気なさそうな気がするんですけども。
We've also got a $5 donation from
Yeah.
Chef47. Glad to see Die at GDQ, and even happier to see Tej running another game. Proud of you, my man. Bust die wide open. Good luck on Crash Percent from Kraz and I both.
Thank you, dude.
So yeah, you may recognize Teej from last year's
解
Undertale run,
説者
which was a big hit.
様
Very pleased
So-
to have him representing our game as well. That was an
多分
awesome run.
後ろの方々は大の多分奏者さんだと思いますね。奏者兼
So, fun
解
fact
説
about
みた
this
いな。
level.
僕は
This level is actually patched.
全然関係ないです。
Basically important to
僕は全然
accommodate
関係ない
the
です
community. You used to have to wait a really long time for this cart to come back. But now it just kind of books it back, and it makes this pigment up here actually faster to get. It used to be slower.
あ、作者さんも
Used to,
Skippable pigment.
いらっ
used
しゃ
to
るん
make
で
it
す
up in Blue Challenge 4, I believe. But yeah, but now it comes back a lot quicker. One of the many ways, honestly, that this game has really accommodated the speedrun community, which
うわ
which you don't find too often these days, actually.
すご。
I think it's pretty awesome.
And on this level, you'll see a strat which Teej has come up with.
I'm gonna
Was
try
it
it.
today? Yesterday?
Something like that. So we used to self-destruct, or I used to self-destruct rather, on
So severe
on
is
this
that?
checkpoint right here. But I recently found a way to skip that. It's a lot tighter to get this cycle. You can skip the bottom half of this part of the level by doing this strat. So you basically skip that, but then this part is pretty tight. I actually might miss it.
So basically, if you hit those lasers,
Okay,
you'll get frozen and just fall to your death.
good. So that was pretty
Very
perfect right there.
nice.
Right, so that whole segment was one of those things that the speedrun community found, and we were just completely dumbfounded. That's not something that we had intended, or they skipped the entire section, and we left it in because it was just fun to watch.
めっちゃうまいですね。
We'll have another unintended skip coming up.
This looks really cool if done correctly. If done correctly.
Looks like he's gonna get it.
Nice.
Yep.
So you're supposed to use that orange flame right there to melt that ice, but it's slightly faster to use the green one. Keeping in mind you can't float, which makes that
すごい
strat
な。
pretty difficult.
これも Steam で売られてるんでしょうか
Probably
ね。
the most
多分売
important
られてるんだ。
level in the blue world right here. Very long challenge level. It's about a minute long, and if you die again, you have to either restart the level or get your last couple of pigments in blue challenge 4, which is pretty slow.
やっぱでもこういうなんか作者さんは直接
We got a $50 donation
直々に
from
解説入れるっ
Maggie
ていうの
Obi-Wan.
なかなか
TTH, good luck on the
Yeah,
die
that's-
run, and don't forget to hug the goat. No, wait, that's the wrong game. Hug the spikes?
Oh no.
I blame Maggio for that death, let's be honest. What's up, dude? Thank you, man. 。
い
We've also got a $50 anonymous donation. Had to
So
donate
this,
during
yeah.
Teej's Super Meat Kirby run. This week, my dad starts his second battle against cancer, and we're all hoping it'll be successful and lead to many more years of gaming together. Thanks for all that you do.
こんな風にすごい難易度の高いゲームだったり、初心者さんでもね、アクションの初心者さんでもすごいやりやすいみたいな
Not
Game
that
that
part
three.
correctly. Whatever.
結構下手っつったら普通に何でもできるみたいな。
So this end part is completely cycle based, so I'm just gonna wait for the cycle to go
壁抜
back
けれる
and
しな。
go. Oh, that was weird. That was kind of close. We're fine. Alright, so now we're headed over to
Oh,
Ice Golem, which
イ
is
ギ
the
リス
boss
では
of the
100円
world.
くらい。
Uh,
すごい安いですね。
there's a little bit of a speed strat here involving this dude. We're gonna skip a cycle, or we're gonna try at least. So he shoots.
So basically,
ice
this
will
dude gets
fall.
really mad,
Yeah.
throws a tantrum, lights himself on fire, and allows you to melt the ice block.
逆にこう
It's not very smart.
海外の方はすごい
Somehow the ice
勝
doesn't melt.
手な
Can
イ
you
メージな
explain
んで
that?
すけど、
No.
難しければ難しいほどいいみたいな。なんか逆に燃えるよねみたいな。そんな感じのイメージがありますね。
Doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
セール
Why
中
are
ら
they
しいで
floating
すね。
eyeballs that shoot
この
fireballs?
ダイというゲーム、
I mean, get with it.
Steam
guys,
で
come on.
現在
This is just
75% オフ。
Little slimes with
245円。なるほど。なるほど。誘導するのか。なんか青い玉を集めていっ
Alright, so
て、
one last little thing to
Come on.
avoid here.
ゴールまで進むみたいな。そういう
This
ス
boss
テー
is very
ジ
important to do first time because it's a
探索
huge
探索じゃないな。
backtrack.
そうやってこういろいろ集めて
That's blue.
やるみたいな。そのゲームみたいですね。
1016 isn't bad. Sub 10 is obviously possible, but I think that death in challenge
お得ですね。
was kind of
Yeah.
costly, yeah.
The blue levels are
Whatever.
significantly longer than the purple levels as well.
結
So now we're
構
getting into the green world.
極めたらすごい
or as I
楽
like
し
to
そう
call
で
it,
すよ
the
ね。
yellow world. And you'll see
サ
why.
クサクって言って
But yeah, so it starts to introduce
ま
a
あ
lot
や
of
れば
puzzly
やればや
elements,
るだけすごい、
including
まあ、実力に
teleportation mushrooms.
反映して
whatever
きそう
they're
な
officially
その
called.
感じのイメージが
Yeah,
あ
they're
りま
little
す。
mushrooms.
Yep. Just yeah, it's yellow. See. Just give me a
Refer to
look.
shrooms in the achievements.
So I think this is really the first level where a casual player will look at it and go, what do I do? Like, what is the objective here? It's not apparent at first.
ワープのギミックが出てきましたね。
Right, so there's the teleportation mushrooms, which you introduced here, and then there's also the little moving platforms that he's on, and then the springboards.
ドリトス。
And the springboards definitely take some practice.
This part's a little bit trial and error. You just have to like kind of go in the mushrooms and
That's where the first
see what's
puzzle-
there
puzzle
before you-
elements really start to evolve.
yep.
This is probably one of my favorite levels.
今は
Because once you finally
向こうで
figure
は
it out, there's something kind of satisfying.
夜
About
明け夜明けあたりですかね。
This level's pretty cool. Honestly, all these levels are cool. Especially like the mid to
もうちょっ
later
とね、
green levels. I'm really a fan of.
朝ごはん
Green
の
6 and green
お
4.
時間です
The
ね。
second half right here coming up is pretty tricky from here on out. So this jump right here
すご。
looks pretty simple when you
え、
do
す
it.
ご。
It's very difficult for a casual run.
Yeah, so again, all of the level design was done by Mike, and he did
よく
an
抜ける
awesome
な。
job.
And then here,
This part, you're just gonna have to throw yourself up here and hope you don't get hit, and I didn't.
nice.
That's cool.
朝の5時半。
Yeah, the cycle can kind of
Yes,
screw you
yeah.
over there, but if
な
I
かな
just
か
say, like, this is
起きる
checkpoint
に
here,
は
so
ちょっ
if I
と
die, it's like
辛
so
い
be
時
it.
間帯ですね
I。lose 2 seconds.
僕も最近は
Oh, I'm going the wrong way.
とても寒いんで、なかなか起きにくくなってますね。5時半とかも持ってるほかですね。
$5 anonymous donation says, "Good luck on the run, Tej. I went to bed early and woke up especially early just to watch you."
Thank you.
マイカーとか言って二度寝しちゃいそう。
tricky. So if you blink, you miss it. That pigment. Oops, I died.
結構サクサクってやってる
Hard to
ん
talk in
で
this
す
game.
けど
That pigment over on the right is
正
the only
直
pigment that we skip in a
自分も
normal
同じこ
level
と
that we do. And we
やれっ
get
て言わ
that
れた
back
ら
in
絶対無理っ
green
て答える
challenge.
自信がありますね。
One of the first green challenge.
難易度が
that
ね
we get back in.
高すぎ
The
る。
last one requires you to ride that slow platform all the way down and then do a jump over, and it's just not worth it.
Now we have seen players actually. There's a diagonal row of shorter spikes.
ギリギリを
Jump
なん
off
か
the side of
攻め
those
させら
platforms.
れる
Stupid hard.
感じで
It's
す。
Stupid
insane.
hard.
But we have seen it done.
This is one of my favorite levels.
そうですね。
Just kidding. I hate this level. All right, that's.
あんまりこ
There
うあ
are
れだけど、
15 intentional deaths in the run, so we're gonna take the
そうなん
total.
ですよね。
Um,
これ
The total deaths at the end and
なんだっ
subtract
け
the
ハードモード
and
じゃないんで、
that'll be the
これ
total.
まだ簡単な方らしいので、す
Speaking
ご
of, we've
い
also got a $20
すごいですね。
donation from
なん
Reveal
か
Games.
難しいゲームは
TGH,
大好きだって
Swag Duck is
方の
behind you. Dollar
方に
for
は
each
すごい
unintentional death.
いいゲームなんではないでしょうか。
We've got $20
やっぱり
from
神殿ワー
Kuna
ルタイプの
Rican.
ゲームだから
Must donate for such
ゲーム
an
だからか
orange in
リトライ
a
も
game
もう
and
爆
one
速
that
で
looks
す
so
ね。
fun. Take some greenbacks for such a wonderful cause. Let's work together to stop cancer from making people so blue. I hope this donation is red, just so I could work in one more pun.
Fantastic.
Very nice.
This level aptly named parkour.
Yeah, and this one you spend very little time on the ground.
Oh. Stupid deaths.
なんかすごいあれですね。なんかまるで自分でもできそうな。やっぱりすごい上手い人のプレイ見てる
There
と
we go. That
その
pesky
気持ちにな
spike.
っちゃいますよね。
All you
僕
have
も
to
よ
do
く
is jump to get over.
なりますね。では結局できなくて、あーってなるんですけど。
$10 donation from Mental Mute 2. Shout out to TGH and the devs. Keep up the awesome work and help others keep the colors vibrant.
Yep. So you just saw the spike wall open up above.
あれ
So
見てる分にはすごい
Yep, we just gotta make it
簡
back in
単
time.
そうだな。見てる分に
just
は。
loop around.
There's supposedly a strat
半
to
分
get
超え
that
たから
with
か
some stupid
すご
wall
い
jump, but I'll leave that to
地面
Sage.
に飛びが当たり前みたいな感じになってきてますね。
So this part of the level, you can actually jump through these diagonal bullets, but I'm not gonna try that. You can, but it's pretty luck-based, basically.
I don't think I've even seen that done.
I've done it on accident before.
おう
Alright, so this level is ultra confusing for a casual player at first. You need to set off that left cart first before hitting the right one, so that when you take this mushroom up here to teleport back to the left side of the level, this cart is on its way back.
相当厳しい難易度らしいです。ていうかもう見てるだけでもすごい伝わってくるんですけども。
Way up there.
So there is water in the levels.
いやなんだ
and,
があれですね。
Hugh
奏
can't
者さん
swim.
が逆に奏者さんが5人いるっていう
He also can't grab
その
the
事
bottom
実は
of
ちょっ
the
と恐ろしいです
platforms there,
ね。
which can be take some getting used to.
すげえみたいな。
So one other thing about the hub worlds is that as you grab the pigments throughout each level, they actually reappear into the hub world. So if you go through and collect all of them, you could end up seeing all 140 pigments floating.
物
around
足りないっ
hubs.
て人向けのゲームなんでしょうかね。
Best track.
でもやっぱりすごい見てる分にはとても楽しいですね。見
Yeah,
てる
this is
分
the
には。
Vulture's theme actually.
Someone's right there.
So after you beat a boss, the track from each boss will be reintroduced into the levels. and that was a request from the community actually.
All right, so that pigment that I skipped in green 3, we're gonna get back here, and this level is actually really convenient to do because these first 20 dust pigments are pretty convenient, and then there's just a spike right there. Just jump into it after 20 straight,
Here.
and that counts as one.
That made
A
up the earlier one.
9-second level.
All right, this level's super important. This is one of the more challenging levels.
ハードモードじゃないの
in the
に
game when you're,
1マス
especially when you're on pace.
壁
for
ジャン
each
プと
run, 'cause
か
I'm
ちょっと要求されるようになってきましたね。
Because right here it keeps you up in the air for quite a while.
おう
Yep.
とても
But
すごい
this
プ
is
レイヤー
my
さん
personal
なん
favorite
です
level
ね。
in the game. I absolutely love this one.
And once again, dying on these challenge levels sets you back all the way at the beginning, so there are no checkpoints. All right, that was okay. Good.
There you go.
そう
Nice.
ですね。なんだか青ポインのところはすごいどう言ってもいいから
All right, my buddy.
構築が考えるのがすごい楽しそうですね。
Give him a little kiss. Slime King. So,
どういこうかなみたいな。
other
そう
fun
ですね。
fact: I died so many times playing this
な
game
ん
casually
な
that
ぜ
they
か
had
ちょ
to
っと
nerf it.
こう難しいゲームはすごいやる気が
Yeah, this
出ま
this
すね。
boss though,
や
I
ってやるぜ
leave
みたいな。
further explanation up to. to you
僕は
guys,
ちょっ
but,
とアクション本当下手な
boss
ん
has been
で、
through several iterations.
Yeah, so this boss has been through.
まあこのくらいで
quite a
勘
few
弁してやるかみたい
iterations,
な、
but,
そんな感じでよくなって
the
るんですけど。
mechanics themselves are pretty straightforward.
やっ
Whenever
ぱこ
the
う
slime
懲りず
king
に
actually
いろんな
lands,
作品もやってるん
spit up
で、
a bunch of
なん
slime
かすごい
fireballs, whatever you
中
wanna
毒性
call
あ
it.
りますね。
And then the necrolyte will actually summon fire onto the ground. So it's all about just progressing through the level and trying to make it to the end while dodging everything that the level throws at you.
And
So
a big part of mastering this is understanding how to keep tabs on what's happening above you so you don't get caught by surprise by
う
these
わ
fireballs.
これとか絶
The
対
other thing that goes on here is he just took the
Lisa.
mushroom down below. For the extra boss achievement, there's actually a path. If you see some the little springboards that we just passed by, you can go up over that spike wall. And if you do that, then you get the extra achievement and unlock an extra skin for this boss.
This part is
す
tricky.
ごい
right
早
here.
いですね。
All right, we got it. Nice. So that part is slightly luck dependent, or it's luck dependent to get a. That's a really good green time, by the way. Actually,
yeah.
it's slightly luck dependent to get a fireball pattern that's not like ultra hard to avoid.
なんだか難しいゲームで
I will
あれ
certainly
ばある
take
ほ
a
ど
first
なんか
try
やり込んで
slime
しま
king,
う
and that's green
そんな感じあります
or
ね。
yellow, aka.
One world left.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay.
One world left. It is not the easiest world.
Oh, no.
The game throws everything it has at
なん
you
か
for this last
やめら
world.
れない止まらないって感じあります。
Better be prepared.
Well, to celebrate that awesome green world, we have a
次でやめようって
$500 donation
思っ
from
てるんですけ
Hands
ど、
to
なんか
Wow.
あと
simply says, shout out to the graveyard crew. Good luck on the run, Tej.
大
Good
しちゃいま
luck
した
with
ね。
choice.
Thanks, dude.
これはダイっていうゲームで、
Crash.
Oh,
Steam で今現
no.
在
This,
240
this
円で
honestly, this is
売られてるらしい
surprising
です
because
セール中
this game is
Never seen it
really
once crash.
らしいです。
this game is well made, and I've never seen it crash like this. I was playing it earlier on this computer and it wasn't crashing, so I'm not sure what's going on.
In the meantime, we got a $10
の
donation
見て
from
る
PDX
分
Geek.
でも
It's amazing to see
す
a
ご
game played
い
live with
お腹いっ
the
ぱいにな
devs.
る
As
く
a
らい
software developer
難
myself,
しいゲー
I'd
ムで
like
す
to ask you if you planned all the paths for many of the sequences or were planning something different. How did it make you feel to see the changes? And thank you AGDQ for putting this all together.
Do you want to take that, Mike?
ダイがダイしちゃいましたね。
Could you read the question again?
Oh no, so they were basically asking about the paths. I'm assuming them in the level design paths.
Yeah, they certainly found quite a few
Kanshi.
unintended paths, even unintended strats. I mean, the auto scroller intentional deaths on checkpoints.
もう
That was
最後の
certainly
面
a
は
surprise.
追尾してくるや
There's
ついるの
several
か。
levels like the one Teach pointed out in Blue
え
World
こ
where
れ
we actually
む
changed
ずすぎないか。
an entire section of a level to suit the community, and they were taking a path we weren't expecting, and it
そう
ended
です
up
ね。
taking
なん
a lot
か
longer.
すごいサクサクってやって、
They were having to skip
楽しいです
that
ね。
whole section
見てる
entirely,
だけ
so
で
we,
も。
we, we band-aided it. But yeah, it's really interesting what happens when you go from just internal playtesting to people getting their hands on it that really know what they're doing, and
Yeah.
speedrunning, and some really awesome stuff ends up happening.
Well, and the speedrunning community can pick apart a game really quickly.
sure.
So they provided a ton of great feedback.
It's a hard thing right there. There we go.
Obviously, they didn't tell us about all the game crashes, but that's fine.
I've never had the game crash on me. I'm not sure what's going
I've
on.
never seen it crash. A
It might
single
be.
time before this.
It might be something to do with the flash card or the flash drive.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Off Steam, this game will
こ
most
れ
likely
来る位
never
置によって
crash.
は避けれ
If
な
it
いと
does, let
か
us know.
あるんですかね。
You can find us on Twitter. And this level is the level that I struggle with the most. That whole section right there, he made it look easy, and that one section is the hardest section in the game for me.
Second half's difficult too. It's very easy.
でもそれでもすごい安定してクリア
to-
されてますね。
Yep. That skull can really catch you right there on that bounce up. So speed right there is really important. He got around it really easily.
So one of the new mechanics that we introduced in Red here was you see the little skulls that'll start chasing you around, and there's these little locks that you can trigger to actually disable the skulls. So it'll make
おお、すごい。
the level a little bit easier for you, but it typically will lock out a pigment, so you'll lose being able to collect one of those pigments, but you'll make the level a little easier for yourself.
Right? It's typically a casual run strat.
クラッシュは見たことな
where
い
you。don't care about
レアパターン
getting pigments, you just want
聞い
to
ちゃ
get
った
50s
感
to
じ
the
な
world
ん
and
です。
advance to the boss and beat the game. For here, we never use that.
結構、急に負荷が来たりと
Once
か、
again,
そういう感
utilizing
じなんでしょう
self-destructing
か
on。checkpoints just to scroll the screen further forward.
Got a generous $152 donation from
Oh,
Axapoka. It says, when will TGH go to Turtle Rock?
I blame Ack for that death.
一応、わずかに対空できるって言っても、なんか
Shout
そ
out
れ
to Act the
気遊びにしかならないよねみたいな、なんかそういう難易度になってきましたね。
That's a pretty hard thread the needle there.
環境か。
Okay, good.
This level's called Patience, and if you've ever played this level, you'll know why.
This level is called Patience, and I have none. So
お、やべえ。
Very nice.
the beginning half of this level too is treacherous.
T just quoted this level many times as being the hardest one in the game, especially this jump coming up right here. There we go.
Yeah, that's it. You have to kind of like S shape your jump there a little bit. Get past that.
これより難しいモードが存在します
We
も
do
ん
have
ね。
a little tombstone with a death tracker up in the top left-hand corner, and it tracks it per level. And watching people on Twitch play is always fun because I mean we've seen some levels that have been in the hundreds of deaths, and
I've
they'll
seen
just-
that past level reach almost 1,000.
that's crazy.
There are some very dedicated people.
Yes.
We've got a
Oh, kick-
$150
oh,
donation from
やり
Atkasha.
ごたえは、
Thanks for making me stay up. As always, all
すごい
the best
そう
to
ですよ
you,
ね。
TGH.
Thanks
やり
for
ごたえは
catching
すごそう。それはすごそうっていうか、実際すごいんだろうけども、
it. Beat this. This level's called Aerials for a decent reason, I would say. This level's called Critters for
Great
another
movie.
decent reason.
More slimes with spiky helmets.
Oh, come
Got a $10 donation from Ghost King. Hey, it's my dude, TGH. Said I couldn't be there this time. Was awesome hanging out last AGDQ. Hope to be at SGDQ again, though. Good luck on the run. Thanks to the devs for coming out and offer some insight to this neat game. Cheers, Ghost King.
on. Yeah, well,
お
thanks, Good.
ーすごい。
Only 2 deaths.
すみません、ちょっとだけ失
The
礼し
world
ます。
record is not deathless, by the way.
No, it's not.
I think we may have mentioned that, but it's something like 14, 15 deaths. So
At least we died early on the challenge level, so it wasn't.
Right. As far as I know, there's never been a deathless run.
Oops. Okay, that's fine. Sort of. Maybe not. See if I can juke this skull. Got him. Okay, there we go. Oh, nope, I missed one. Nope, I get. I thought I got him, but I didn't.
Have a $5 donation from Dark Art 800. Hey Tej, don't forget that the boots are in redacted.
Oh
Oops,
my
didn't mean
God.
to give you a spoiler. Anyway, good luck in this run.
I did the same thing. We'll get through this level eventually.
うえ
Also have a $20 donation. Hey Tej, Abutu here. Awesome to see you run a game at GDQ again, and to see the devs supporting our community for their game.
すごいいやらしいです
Keep
ね
up the great work.
容赦がない
I'm sorry, Duke.
this is not an easy segment.
Well, these are challenge levels for a reason.
There we go. Very nice.
There we go.
Awesome.
Saved.
So this level, you hit the timer there, and it opens up a gate up top. And it's kind of risk reward for how much you want to try to chew off the level by how much you want to, just how many dust particles you want to get before actually entering this area.
Extra Tricky, who is on premise somewhere around here, has the IL level for this one
Oh,
by an
sweet.
insane margin. None of us have any idea how he pulled that off.
We're doing this.
All right.
We're gonna activate this skin.
So the way the skins work in this
Whoops.
game is you basically get a base skin for defeating the boss, and then an extra skin for defeating
It's not
an
high
extra boss achievement on that boss. So here
Kawaii.
he's defeated this boss before, so he gets to wear his horns as a trophy. Looks totally natural.
So this is the final boss.
それ可愛いらしいですね
Basically, he's gonna throw. There we go. He's gonna throw a bunch of skulls at me, and then I'm supposed to
突き刺し
collect
たり
these
して
jewels,
戦うのかな
shaped like keys, or with keys on them rather, in order to make the skulls disappear.
ちょっと外
He just
見
comes
がね
over,
進化
sets
し
the
ましたね
platforms on fire. It can be easy to die if you don't pay attention, but the strat I use is pretty,
そう可愛
is
らし
pretty
くなり
okay,
まし
pretty
た
manageable. And time ends
これ
once
どうやっ
the
て
final
倒すんだろう
skull is gone, or the final key is gotten. Yeah, so before my time is up, I just want to thank, first and foremost, I want to thank the devs for coming out and being on the couch, showing support. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
どんどん減
this
っ
has
てっ
been
てま
great.
すもん
This has been
ね
a lot of fun.
もしかしたら
I was saying
So
earlier,
unconscious.
probably the only instance this GDQ where the couch actually knows more than the runner about the game, and as it should be in this case. But yeah, thank you guys very
Oh.
much.
Well, it's fun to actually see somebody play it at this level of proficiency as well. I mean, it's a little mind blowing.
We do have a Discord
グッ
for
ドゲーム
speedrunning.
お疲れ様でした
Die if you want to.
すごかったですね
We're all active there.
There we go.
we-
And
we
time's
welcome
coming up
everyone.
on this last jewel, and time.
Very nice.
Nice.
So yeah, that's Die. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly enjoy it. It's an awesome game. It's just a clean game. If you're looking for a
game.
good challenge, it's a
なんか
really
いろいろ
nice
トラブル
side-scrolling
ありました
platformer,
けど
precision platformer.
なんか
simple
最初から
controls,
最後まで
but
すごい
very
安定
precise
してて
gameplay.
見ていてとても楽しかっ
If
た
you
で
guys
す
are
ね
interested, give it a shot. Even try speedrunning it.
この
I'm TG.
ダイというゲー
Thanks,
ム
guys.
今なら
Very
Steam
much
で
appreciated.
245円245円で買えちゃいます気になった方はねぜひともやってみてはどうでしょうか だから今のよりもね、断然難しいモードもあるらしい
Well,
の
that was
で
a、lot of fun.
今時の
$10 from Raleigh.
軟弱な
$5